This is the story about what happened to Maria Canis, machine operator at the factory where I work. I'm on the Health and Safety Committee there. This particular day, Maria was due to start work on the afternoon shift. Maria's friend Anna was about to finish the day shift, and she was soon to hand over this machine to Maria. It had been a bad shift. These presses called D70s were pretty touchy, and this one had played up several times during Anna's shift.
Oh, no.
This was the fault the D70 had been repeating on and off all through the shift.
Hello. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Ciao. Io sono contenta di vederti. Look at that. 310. I've been working myself silly all day, and the best this machine can do is 310.
310? What do you girls do all day?
Bye, Maria. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Bye.
A lot of shift workers say that the last couple of hours are the worst. That's when you're most tired.
Somebody get down to the main gate and get them to ring an ambulance. Hurry up as quick as you can.
Next day, management called a meeting of the Health and Safety Committee at very short notice. The manager himself and the safety officer were there in force.
Ah, here they are, the workers. Well, come in, sit down, make yourselves comfortable.
I was the day shift health and safety rep. Tessa and Paulo were the afternoon and night shift reps.
Now, we all know each other, I think, so perhaps we can get straight on with it. We only have this one matter to deal with today, apparently, so it shouldn't take too long. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Now, I have to tell you I'm extremely busy today. As a matter of fact, I've got an appointment at... well, right now, actually, so if we could just get on with it. We all here?
Yeah, all except the shift supervisor.
Oh, yes, Bob Bill. But I've got his report, so there doesn't seem to be any point in having him along, too. He seems to know exactly what happened, and the report is quite clear.
Check all the others while you're at it, okay?
Well, it's the same old story, unfortunately. The accident was caused by this lady's carelessness. End of message. Simple as that. She operated the machine knowing the safety guard was off. She knew the risks and, well, she paid the penalty.
What did the safety officer have to say? Have you done any investigating?
All I need to. I've spoken to the shift supervisor and, well, there's no further investigation necessary, really. It's obviously the woman's own fault. Carelessness. That would be my conclusion.
Mr. Bell's report, can we see it, please?
Yes, when it's ready. It's not typed up yet.
I don't see how we can be coming to any conclusions yet without knowing all the facts, and I certainly don't. Now, why wasn't one of us informed immediately it happened? And Tessa, you're on the same shift, weren't you?
Yeah, I certainly was. And the first I heard of it was this morning when this meeting was called.
I'm genuinely sorry about that. It must have been a communications breakdown. I'll see it doesn't happen again. Don't worry about that. I share your concern.
Weren't there any witnesses? Have we anything else besides Mr. Bell's report? The machine, was it inspected?
The works engineer inspected it this morning and the guard was definitely off. He gave orders for it to go back on, and Bell, the shift supervisor, is organising that right now.
I thought safety guards were supposed to be impossible to take off, you know, tamper-proof.
Yes,
Personally, I would have thought that any safety device isn't tamper-proof when there are people around who will deliberately and willfully tamper with them. Now, look, frankly, I am very sympathetic to this woman, even if she did do a very foolish thing. She'll still get her compo, that's not affected, and her job will be there once she's better. Now, I think we can wrap it up there, can't we?
Now, hang on. Well, we're not too satisfied with your conclusion. We feel there needs to be further investigation. We haven't got any facts. We'd like a copy of Bell's report as soon as possible, by tomorrow at the latest.
Okay, I'll see Beryl. I'll twist her arm and get her to type up the report for you by tomorrow. Now, if you don't mind, I have to declare this meeting closed, I'm afraid.
This report of Bell's isn't a report at all. It's the same old story. Boss blaming the workers for everything that goes wrong.
She did have the safety guard off. There's no way around that, is there?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know anything yet. Why don't we talk to a few people first, get all the facts, and then call another meeting? Now, that's what we should do.
Well, nobody else is going to do it, that's for sure.
Mm.
No. First I knew about a guard being off was when the engineer told me to put it back on and check all the other machines.
Any other guards off?
Yeah, 3.
How come you didn't notice them when you walk around writing down the tallies?
People's my responsibility and product, not bloody machinery. That's fitters' work.
Look, I spoke to nearly all the girls in that section, and they all know about guards off. How come they all know and you don't?
I'm telling you, it's not my responsibility. I didn't know they was off. If people are so stupid to use a machine with no safety guard, it's not my problem.
And does it pay a bonus?
Of course it pays a bonus. You know how much it is? A lousy $1.100. It used to be $2 when they put it down this year. Now you're lucky if you get to take home an extra $10 a week.
Hang on, just let me get these figures. It was $2 a hundred, right? And when did they put it down?
This year, straight after Christmas.
Merry Christmas, eh?
It's not worth anything, especially when the machine plays up so much. The machine stops, your bonus stops.
Who's the maintenance fitter who's supposed to look after the machines? Do you know?
That man that uses bad language.
Ernie?
Him.
Look, it was okay last year, see? The boss gave us all the time we needed to do the regular maintenance on those D70s. But they're tricky little buggers. Need to be kept right up to the 9s, otherwise they get right out of whack and start dropping pieces all over the bloody place. A bit out of alignment on the rollers, just a couple of thou and finish. They play up on you. I tell you what, mate, the maintenance around this place is so bad, you only have to fart in the vicinity and they pack up on you half the time.
Well, when they cut the maintenance back?
Well, I don't know. So-called economy drive, Christmas time.
And listen, why do some of the women work with a safety guard off? Can you tell me?
Well, I'll tell you. Because they're bloody stupid, that's why. No, I'll tell you. When the cones drop down crooked, as they do half the time, the operators shove their hands in to straighten them out and hope to Christ they pull their hand out in time. That's why they don't like those guards on.
I thought the guards were meant to be tamper-proof.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the boss? He ought to know.
Already did. I'm still trying to find out.
Thanks, Maria. That's been a big help. Now, if I could just ask you one more question, then I'll go. I don't want to tire you out.
No, it is all right.
When did you start work at the factory?
I've been there maybe 3 months.
On the D70s?
Yes.
When you started, did anyone explain to you anything about the machine? You know, how to work it properly, safety gadgets and things, what to do, what not to do, you know, so as to be safe. Can you remember? See? Low wages to start with, and then they cut the bonus.
Then they cut the maintenance on the machines. The machines start playing up, so that cuts the bonus even more. So there's pressure on the girls to keep the tally up.
So the girls, some of them, take a risk. You have to look at all this to get the whole picture.
So we'll bring up management's failure to provide a safe working environment and their failure to supervise it and keep it safe.
Yeah. Bell must have known the safety guards were off, and he said nothing.
And here's something else that's interesting. There's regulations on these safety guards. Take a look at this.
Where'd you get this?
Through the union. Read that bit I've underlined.
Great. Okay, now what about safety training for people in that section? What'd we find? Any?
None. I asked Maria. The new starters get shown the machines, then they're on their own. They even get girls from the packing section when there's someone off sick with no instruction at all.
Oh, great.
Also, I had a good look at the press area, and it's bad. Noisy, dirty. The girls are standing on cement. There aren't even any duck boards. They get so tired, every one of them is an accident about to happen.
Yeah.
I think we should call in the inspector.
Yeah, okay, we'll bring that up at the meeting too. Okay, now listen, everybody. We got everything? Photos, notes? Right, well, we better go. And we better be quick. Otherwise, Woody is likely to close that bloody meeting before he even opens it.
Now, what seems to be the problem? I'm pretty busy today. I hope this isn't going to take up too much of my time.
No, no problem. It's just that we were not too happy with the conclusion at the last meeting about the accident that took place in the press area. We've done some investigating, and we'd like to talk to you about a few things that might actually make it a bit safer around here and might improve the efficiency of the place. Well, we did a lot of talking, and so did they. We reckon that to say that Maria's accident was her own fault just wasn't the full story. But they tended to stick to their version that it was her fault and nobody else's. Well, what do you think?